Out in the deep, dark water, legends swim. Whispers of creatures so large, so powerful, they seem to belong more to myth than reality. These are the titans of the ocean, the apex predators that have roamed the seas for millennia. These are not tales of mythical sea serpents or lost cities of gold, fanciful stories spun to entertain sailors on long voyages. No, these are stories of something real, giant bluefin tuna. A living legend, a testament to the raw power and untamed beauty of the natural world. Ghosts of the abyss, torpedoes of muscle and silver, creatures perfectly adapted to their environment. Their sleek bodies and powerful tails propel them through the water with incredible speed and agility, crossing entire oceans, undertaking epic migrations that span thousands of miles. They navigate the vast expanse of the sea with an innate sense of direction, following ancient routes passed down through generations. Fishermen speak of them in hushed, reverent tones, their voices filled with awe and respect. They understand the power and majesty of these creatures and the challenge they represent. They are the ultimate prize, the ultimate test of skill, patience, and determination. To catch a giant bluefin is to prove oneself against one of the ocean's most formidable adversaries. Catching one is a quest, a journey into the heart of the ocean, a pursuit that demands everything you have to give. A battle against a creature engineered for speed and endurance, a master of its domain. Their bodies are finely tuned machines, built for sustained bursts of incredible power. These fish can weigh over 1,000 pounds, a staggering weight that speaks to their immense size and strength. Built for pure power, their muscles are dense and packed with energy, allowing them to generate incredible force. They dive to crushing depths, venturing into the dark and mysterious realm of the deep ocean, where few creatures can survive, and swim at speeds that leave boats behind, a testament to their incredible athleticism and hydrodynamic design. To hook one is to connect with a force of nature, to feel the raw, untamed power of the ocean surging through your line. A raw, untamable energy, a primal connection to the wild heart of the sea. It's a feeling that stays with you long after the battle is over. The pursuit takes you far from shore, into the vast and lonely expanse of the open ocean, where the horizon stretches endlessly in every direction, into a world both beautiful and unforgiving, a place of stunning vistas and unpredictable dangers. Out here, you're a small part of a vast wild ocean, a tiny speck against the immensity of nature. The possibility of an encounter with a true river monster of the sea, a leviathan of the deep, is a constant presence, is a siren's call, a lure that draws you back to the water time and time again. It's an obsession, a passion that consumes your thoughts and drives your actions. It's the reason we are here on this boat, in this place, at this moment, waiting for a sign from the deep, a flicker of movement, a subtle change in the water that signals the presence of the king. The day began like so many others, with the promise of a new adventure and the familiar scent of salt water in the air. The rising sun cast long shadows across the deck of the Orion, painting the scene in hues of gold and amber. It was a scene of tranquility, a moment of peace before the day's challenges began to unfold. The sun was just a promise on the horizon, a sliver of light peeking over the edge of the world, slowly but surely pushing back the darkness of night. It was a beacon, guiding us forward into the unknown, painting the sky in orange and pink, a breathtaking masterpiece created by nature's own hand. The colors swirled and blended, creating a vibrant tapestry that stretched as far as the eye could see. It was a sight that never failed to inspire awe and wonder. The ocean was calm, a mirror reflecting the vibrant colors of the sky above. Its surface was smooth and undisturbed, a testament to the peacefulness of the early morning hours. Rocking our boat, the Orion, in a soothing rhythm, a gentle lullaby that eased our minds and prepared us for the day ahead. The boat swayed back and forth, a comforting motion that felt like a warm embrace. On days like this, it's easy to forget, to be lulled into a false sense of security by the beauty and tranquility that surrounds you. The ocean can be deceiving, its calm surface hiding a world of power and danger. The power lurking beneath the surface, the unseen forces that could turn our peaceful voyage into a desperate struggle for survival. The depths of the ocean hold secrets and mysteries that we can only begin to imagine. But we knew better. We were seasoned fishermen, hardened by years of experience on the open sea. We understood the ocean's moods, its subtle signs and hidden dangers. Our crew moved with practiced efficiency, each member knowing their role and executing it with precision. Years of working together had forged a bond of trust and understanding between us. Captain Elias stood at the helm, his weathered hands gripping the wheel with a steady confidence. He was a man of few words, but his presence commanded respect and instilled a sense of calm in even the most challenging situations. Eyes scanning the horizon, searching for any sign of our quarry. He possessed an uncanny ability to read the ocean, to anticipate its movements and predict where the fish might be hiding. His sons, Matteo and Leo, were eager and strong, learning the trade from their father. They represented the next generation of fishermen, carrying on a tradition that had been passed down through their family for generations, prepared bait and checked lines, ensuring that everything was in perfect working order. They worked with a quiet determination, their movements precise and efficient. Every piece of equipment was inspected with care. Rods, each one carefully chosen for its strength and flexibility, reels, their gears oiled and smooth, ready to handle the immense pressure of a powerful fish, lines and hooks, each one meticulously checked for any signs of wear or weakness, all built for giants, designed to withstand the incredible force of the creatures that lurked in the deep. We were prepared for a battle of epic proportions. The fighting chair, bolted to the deck, stood as a silent testament to the battles we had fought and won. It was a symbol of our determination and our unwavering commitment to the hunt, waited for its next battle, its leather worn and scarred from countless encounters with the ocean's most formidable predators. It was a throne of sorts, a place where legends were made. We trolled our lines, sending our offerings into the depths, bait skipping in our wake, dancing enticingly on the surface of the water, an invitation to whatever watched below, a tempting morsel for the creatures that patrolled the dark abyss. We knew they were there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to strike. The waiting is torture, a test of patience and endurance, a mix of boredom and intense focus, a constant battle against complacency. We had to remain vigilant, ready to react at a moment's notice. Every sense is on high alert, straining to detect the slightest change in the water, the faintest tremor in the line. We were hunters, and the ocean was our hunting ground. For the smallest sign, a ripple on the surface, a flash of silver beneath the waves, anything that might betray the presence of our prey. We waited, nerves taut, muscles coiled, suspended in the quiet before the storm, the calm before the chaos that we knew was inevitable. It was a moment of anticipation, a breath held before the plunge. Hours passed under the relentless gaze of the sun. The vast expanse of the ocean stretched out before us, an endless blue canvas shimmering with heat. We scanned the horizon, our eyes searching for any sign, any indication that our patience would soon be rewarded. The air hung heavy and still, amplifying the feeling of anticipation that had been building since we set out. The sun beat down with merciless intensity, each ray a tiny hammer blow against the deck. The boat rocked gently, a rhythmic lullaby that almost lulled us into complacency. But beneath the surface, the ocean held its secrets, and we knew that at any moment, that tranquility could be shattered. And then chaos. The moment we had been waiting for, the jolt that would rip through the silence and test our mettle, finally arrived. The silence shattered as the starboard reel screamed, a high-pitched shriek that cut through the air like a knife. The sound was primal, urgent, a signal that something massive had taken the bait and was now pulling with unimaginable force. It was the sound we'd been waiting for. The culmination of weeks of planning, preparation, and unwavering hope. Pure, unstoppable power. The kind of force that could test the limits of our equipment, our skill, and our endurance. Instantly, adrenaline surged through the crew, a jolt of pure energy that banished fatigue and sharpened our focus. "Fish on! Fish on!" Leo yelled, his voice a mix of excitement and urgency, the cry echoing across the deck. Elias throttled back the engines, his movements precise and practiced, calm amid the chaos, a steady hand at the helm as the battle began. Matteo scrambled to the rod, his heart pounding in his chest, eyes wide as line melted into the blue, disappearing into the depths at an alarming rate. Whatever took the bait was a monster, a creature of immense size and power, moving with terrifying velocity, stripping line from the reel as if it were nothing. The rod bent deep, a testament to the sheer force at the other end of the line, groaning under the strain, threatening to snap at any moment. This was no ordinary fish. This was something extraordinary. This was the legend made real, the apex predator we had only dreamed of encountering. The crew snapped into action, each member knowing their role, clearing lines, maneuvering the boat to give Matteo the best possible angle. Matteo strapped into the fighting chair, bracing himself for the battle ahead, knuckles white on the rod, his grip tightening with each surge of power from the depths. His face was a mask of concentration and effort, every muscle strained, every nerve on high alert. The fight had begun, A test of strength, skill, and will. A long, brutal war of attrition against an opponent that seemed determined to drag us to the bottom of the ocean. Every second, the fish pulled us closer to the edge, closer to the unknown depths where it reigned supreme. The battle was on, a clash of titans in the vast arena of the open ocean, and we knew it would test us all, pushing us to our limits and beyond. The ocean had answered our call, and now we had to prove ourselves worthy. The first run was breathtaking. Line vanished into the deep in minutes. Elias maneuvered the boat, trying to regain precious line. Mateo, locked in the chair, absorbed the shock, every muscle straining. He was connected to the unseen giant, feeling its every move. Out here, your imagination runs wild. How big is it? Where is it swimming? The fish became a mythical beast, a ghost in the ocean. Slowly, the run slowed. The reel scream faded to clicks. Now, the real work began, a grueling tug of war. Mateo leaned back, lifted, cranked, gained a few feet. Lift, reel, over and over. The first round was over, but the fight had just begun. We braced for the long haul. The battle settled into a brutal rhythm, a war of inches. For every 10 feet Mateo gained, the fish took back 20. The sun beat down, the world shrank to the boat, the man, and the force below. Teamwork was everything. Leo at Mateo's side, Elias at the helm. Every move was coordinated, every second mattered. Mateo's body screamed in protest, but he couldn't give up. This was more than a catch, it was a test of spirit. He dug deep, pushing past pain, locked in a primal struggle. Hours blurred together, adrenaline faded to fatigue. Doubt crept in. Would the line hold? Would the fish ever tire? One more lift, one more crank, fighting for every inch. The monster below tested us, and we had to prove ourselves. The ocean watched, silent and vast. We fought on. As if the fish wasn't enough, the ocean turned against us. Dark clouds gathered wind, whipped up white caps, waves crashed over the deck. The Orion was tossed like a toy, the fight now doubled by the storm. Every wave jarred Mateo's exhausted body, the deck slick and treacherous. Elias fought the sea at the helm, keeping us steady. The fish used the rough water, diving deep, pulling with renewed power. The line sang with tension, a fragile thread in the chaos. Despite the storm, we refused to give up. This was the ultimate test. Man, fish, and sea, we would win or the ocean would claim our prize. The fifth hour was the darkest. Exhaustion overwhelmed Mateo. Pain became sharp and constant. He slumped, the rod still bent, the fish sensing weakness. The monster dove deep, stealing back hard-won line. Silence fell over the crew. Doubt spreading like a virus. Was this fish too big, too strong? Would the gear or a human body break first? The storm raged, the fish pulled, and it felt like we were losing. Then Elias spoke, calm and firm. Stay with him, Mateo. Don't let him beat you. He's hurting too. Those words were a lifeline. Mateo looked up, saw his family's support, and found new resolve. He tightened his grip, fighting not just for himself, but for all of us. He pushed pain aside, drawing on stubborn will. The breaking point had come, and he had not broken. The fight was on again. We rallied, united by purpose. The tide turned, the fish's runs grew shorter, its power fading. Mateo pressed the advantage, cranking in precious line. The monster was being drawn up from the abyss. Then a flash of color, a massive, iridescent blue and silver shape. For the first time, we saw our adversary. It was bigger than we'd imagined, a true Leviathan. The end was in sight, but the fish had one last fight. It thrashed, dove, pulled the rod tip to the water. This was the most dangerous moment. One wrong move and the line would snap. Mateo held on, body screaming, resolve like iron. He let the fish run a few feet, kept the pressure constant. He was no longer just fighting. It was a dance, anticipating every move. Elias kept the boat steady, Leo ready with the gaff. The final act played out beside us, a chaotic, beautiful spectacle. Victory was within reach. The moment came. The tuna, exhausted, rolled onto its side. Its massive eyes seemed to stare right at us. Now, Leo! Elias shouted. Leo reached out, secured the fish with the gaff. The battle was over. Relief washed over us. We had won. Hauling the giant aboard was a feat in itself. Its true scale was breathtaking, a perfect bluefin, shimmering even in the storm. We stood in silence, exhausted and in awe. The storm subsided as we began the journey home. Mateo, weary but proud, smiled at the catch. This was more than a fish. It was a story, a legend, a test passed. For the crew of the Orion, this day would be remembered forever.